Ktoś tu jest. To pewnie prosiak. Pilnuje smoczych kul. Gdzie on zniknął?
Hello.
A kurde. those lorries. Madam, they look like they haven't been moved for hours. Ciężarówek tu stoi. Jedna, druga, trzecia, czwarta, piąta, a szósta. Wyobraźcie sobie, pracujecie tutaj, kierowca, i stawiacie ciężarówkę ten ostatni raz. Już nigdy więcej nie będzie używana. When I go inside. Go ahead.
Looks like the inside of Kraken.
Oh, it's all the way.
Let's go all the way.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Damn it. Wow. I think they just dumped the tires after it closed.
Must have done, yeah.
Look, even back then everything was expensive.
Queensway, never heard of it.
It's gone already.
Which way are me?
I should get up there, it should be okay.
Clean.
Yeah.
We'll just keep going. We're gonna have to keep rolling along, man. You know what I mean?
Keep rolling.
Road.
Should be okay. Okay, we're clear. Yeah, we explored this shit. That took longer than I expected.
Sometimes they do.
It was nice.
Very step. So we're looking at 8. 8 can't finish.
If we go back home now, yeah.